17th of November 2019. I posted a video about a prolific moped thief in Hounslow, TW14 hitter.
Come on, B! Try out!
The video shows how this thief posted and boasted on Instagram about the many bikes he had stolen from unsuspecting victims in and around Feltham. Although admitting to not having any form of license, TW14 hitter can be seen on Instagram driving around in his luxury BMW. In his spare time, which is all the time as he admitted to not having a job or any form of education, TW14 hitter meets up with his, and I quote, boys on Peds and goes for a little ride out at the expense of innocent bike owners who are just trying to make their way fairly through society.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. See this gaff? With this PlayStation 1 in, yeah, I'm gonna go on to my gaff with the PlayStation 4 in, and all you see me do, you little is terrorise people like you for being snitches. Yeah, we're real. I don't give a what you're doing. You screen record that and go and tell your mum she is done the worst thing in the world in her religion by bringing a piece of shit like you into it. Fucking smelly, no getting money.
It's like you, when you think Shrek can't get any dirtier.
That's all you've done. Go see me.
I guess the fact that these thieves get all their stolen bikes for free and so easily, that's the reason that they show such little regard for other people's property. Since that video I've posted, everyone keeps asking in the comments, what happened to TW14 hitter? Are you being honest in trying to reform him? What happens next?
I was like, give us the KTM, and I swear to God, I'm going to try everything I can, everything within my power to help you go legit. I'll help you do your CBT, I'll help you get a job if you want to, I'll help you change your life, because this is not the sort of thing you want to be doing, man. We're outside your nan's house.
I mean, I understand the suspense. It went from me and a coalition group in an attempt sting operation, chasing TW14 hitter, with the result of the thieving duo disappearing into darkness by the means of a side park entrance. Next minute, I'm on Instagram Live trying to secure this KTM for the victim, and then I feel, perhaps wrongly, that this kid had a chance of changing.
I don't know, man. I help out everyone. Everyone gets helped out. If you see me, if you know me, if you hang around with me, if you know me, if you're in trouble, this, that, I'm there, and it sort of thing. I just get bikes for fun. I love driving. I love driving. I dedicate to driving every single day. Thank you for the opportunity too. I really appreciate it.
Now I know you guys are going to say I'm taking unnecessary risks and whatnot, but to be honest, there was many layers of the testing of this guy. I wasn't going to just take this stolen bike from him as a form of initiation and let all secrets loose immediately. I was going to test him rigorously, offering him nothing but smoke and mirrors. Someone who is loyal, under the wrong conditions and circumstances, should never buckle under pressure. We knew where this guy lived, we spoke to his nan, we offered him a way out. If being outsmarted in every way possible doesn't encourage you to make a change, then I don't know what will. It wasn't long before Callum jumped at the chance to set me up and potentially get me killed. In an almost psychopathic, satanic and calculated way, Callum, or best known as TW14 hitter, set off to make sacrifice of another stolen bike in the exact position where my bike was parked during the retrieval of the KTM.
Big TW14 has been here again, don't you?
Tell Mr. Dingers I got my man's plate, and I'm telling him where another bike and set him up, because last time he come in his own, I was watching him.
So you swear?
Yeah, tell Mr. Dingers that, innit?
Although TW14 Hitter overplayed his preparedness and promise of information he may think he has, the intent to double-cross our movement was clear and predictable by this point. It's interesting, because the person he's trying to gain support from, K1, was a drug-selling moped thief that we saw in Gary's living room on last week's livestream. K1 is enjoying the attention he receives from his exposure, despite its negative undertone. Well, that was before the undercovers came knocking.
Andy's did come out the whip. Andy's did come out the whip.
He and his crew are savage and controllers helpless victims such as Gary, who are slaves to their addiction. Their torment and control even manifest itself in their drill music.
We got put in this spliff. We got put in this spliff. You can put in this spliff. My way to a riot jet. Too many pills, spliff. My head back, what you know it is. Free my bro, free my bro, free my bro, that get.
Dash, catch up, and you will hold up a due to splash. Free up Grimsy, man, come on. I'll be V. I've been on the signal block and I have not seen one of their guys. Cause if I grip on my knife, that's a Rambo Samurai all-fit knife. PCX, that's a 125 with Vespa 300 for the night. Man, Grimsy in all with packs and that is why I turned dark. I was in a trap with Gary and Tanya, they was kitchen out. Tyler got
Most of you probably didn't get any of that. It took me a few coffees before even some of it started to make sense. The beautiful and ironic thing about this drill song, rapped by K1 and his fellow druggies, is this. It tells a beautiful story of what's really going on. What's really fueling and contributing to bike theft. K1 in this song talks about having many oppositions, long for op and short for enemies. He talks about having to defend himself with what he describes as weapons, Rambo knives, samurai swords, and flick-up knives. He refers to his elder as a Grimsby, who I initially thought was called Grizzly. He then talks about transporting drugs on stolen bikes, such as PCX or Vespers. This I know is true, as I witnessed this firsthand in Croydon. He then goes on to explain Grimsby, who he says free up, which suggests he's in jail, supplies him of what he refers to as O's and packs, which thanks to Urban Dictionary suggests he's referring to opium and other forms of high potency drugs. He refers to these drugs as a reason he turned dark. Guys, aside from the light-hearted humour, this is actually really sad. Our streets have turned cold. As time goes on, I'm seeing an increase in the exploitation of young people by these so-called elders, such as Grimsby. Whilst Grimsby to me is only a name at that, he represents a new threat to our children in society. He's preying on young kids and forcing them to turn, and I quote, dark. He enslaves our citizens and turns them into zombies. In turn, young kids getting radicalized into street runners and mules. They steal innocent people's motorbikes in order to easily transport these drugs across the capital. They knife each other to win over areas and territories so that they can supply drugs to a greater demand. All whilst the cowardly elders sit back and count their profits. Is it time to protect our children? I confront one of these elders in our next episode.
You little smelly piece of shit, but yeah, 100 bags and sticks, you smelly. You go and do the own work on what sticks are. Go and ask your little kids that you get in your life, yeah, hey, and try and terrorise with your cameras what sticks are, yeah, and I guarantee you, one of them sticks is going to touch you.
This ain't no normal clique. We got 100 bags and sticks, and we gave them all to the kids. Gave them all to the kids. Kids, 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 kids. I got 100 bags and sticks, and we gave them all to the kids. And if we go into where you live, slap them at you, your wife and your kids. I got 100 bags and sticks, and we gave them all to the kids. And if you go into where you live, slap them at you, your wife and your kids. 100 bags of sticks, 100 bags of sticks.